Hi guys, welcome back to Wholesome and Natural Living. I'm Maudlin. I'm glad you're here. And today, let me get my life. But done with that. Today we're talking about lemon balm, and it's one of the many herbs that I will be discussing as part of a mini series, just to put information out there and just have those important conversations. There's ton of information out there about these medicinal herbs, but I want to talk about and show you how when did I learn about them? Because I didn't grow up learning about any of these things. And that may be your experience, but we're living in a time where it is important to just know about these herbs, know about these plants, have a kitchen garden, and making sure that you know where medicine is, real medicine that will help you. And as the wholesome and natural living person, I feel like we should be having these discussions. So you may know about lemon balm or many of these herbs that I will be discussing in this series called Herbal Living. But let's do it. Let's talk about it. So I got these from oh my god, one of those big box stores, Lowe's. And I've been incorporating these in my life. Actually started out growing lemon balm and rosemary when I lived in my apartment. And let me tell you, um, it's one of the herbs that sort of did it for us in terms of convincing us that herbs really are helpful and belong as part of your diet and daily consumption, whether you just, have them um, just to grow, or you eat them, or you consume them in teas and part of your salads. And we do all these things. But my son, as you may remember or know, um, ADHD autistic, and he is doing so much better in terms of the ADHD, in terms of being able to focus and concentrate. And I credit that to just herbs and intentional living and eating. And so, one of the first herbs that I was fascinated with was lemon balm, rosemary, as well as what was the other one? Oh my goodness. Parsley. I grew up eating parsley, but lemon balm was just the aroma of just that little plant, and um just having it around. It's calming. It's been around for centuries. It was originally called Melissa officinale, or forget my mispronunciation, but it was legit considered a remedy back in the, as far as you can remember. If there was a people, a civilization, the Egyptians, it's actually this originated from Middle East, the Mediterranean, and all of Europe. Folks use this for medicinal purposes, whether it's to help them sleep at night, to calm the digestive system, whatever it was. It could be combined with other herbs. Lemon balm is part of the mint family. So that family is a whole set of, healthy healing properties. And so lemon balm is, to me, if you're starting with learning about herbs and how to incorporate them, this is the best way to start with either rosemary, thyme, or a lemon balm. These three are just, you can neglect them. And they'll still do very well. So when I started out, it was in a container like this. I did not even change the container because I didn't know any better. So I'd buy this when I was in my apartment and keep this on my windowsill, and notice that um, I would make sure I water it. I've always been a talker to my plants. Talk to it. You wouldn't believe how helpful that is in terms of helping them grow. And just put it, make sure it gets adequate sun. And eventually it was so bushy that I had to transplant it into a bigger pot. But it was such an easy herb and plant to start with that it just made it all that better. Now, I have evolved from having it as part of my windowsill to the point where it's something that I can now say I've attempted to grow from seeds and actually have a little lemon balm and my green stalk that actually I'm growing from seeds. And it's amazing to just see it because it's easier to just buy these starts versus starting it from seeds. The only plant that I'm having a hard time starting from seeds is lavender. It's really been really challenging for me to get lavender seeds to germinate, but that's a different plant. That's a different conversation. But starting out like this was very helpful. And it's just an amazing, impressive little plant. Now, if you're going to start out like this on your windowsill and just, go change the containers, how it grows, that's fine. But if you have more space and you want to plant this directly in the ground, it is a very invasive plant. It does not do well with others. So you want to make sure that if you're going to put it in ground, you don't mind it just taking over whatever area that you have. If it's in a pot, it's much better. It's much better controlled. So I highly recommend that. But the thing is to make sure that you give it plenty of sun and you water it at least once or twice a week. And that's all it is requiring from you. I'm actually going to be drying more of it because last year I didn't do enough. Last year I dried, I didn't grow enough of it, and I was still experimenting with drying, like, naturally or and dehydrating and all of that, which is part of the fun, which is part of the process. But this year I'm gonna make sure I have enough lemon balm that when winter does come, I'm not buying it from Amazon or anywhere else because I would have enough for me and my family. And we consume this dry in the winter months. So we sprinkle it on salads. I sprinkle it all over the kids' foods. We put this leaf like this and lemonades. So in the wintertime, it's hard to get it to be fresh, but I do plan to keep one of these indoors under grow lights. That way we can have some of it fresh, but the bulk of it is going to be dry. So we sprinkle it anywhere. And we sprinkle it everywhere that I could think of. Salads, soups, stews, wraps, whatever, because it's just that effective. It's calming, it helps the digestive system. So it's a great alternative to anything that you may be going through. In the fall, I use thyme, elderberry, and lemon balm to make this cough syrup for my kids because we really don't do the over the counter stuff, and it's been phenomenal. So I highly, highly, highly recommend that if you're going to start with a plant and have a kitchen garden, not to be overwhelmed, start very small on your kitchen windowsill and then gradually just add more complementary plants like thyme and parsley, and just watch nature make you smile. I hope you consider lemon balm. I hope you have learned something about lemon balm. Thank you so much for watching. I don't take you for granted. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.